We have the latest from the search and eventual capture, or the death, unfortunate, of the fugitive who has eluded law enforcement out in Irion County for over a day. We have the latest on that and kind of recap you on that story. And also Congressman August Pfluger. He's one of 12 impeachment managers of DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. He and his fellow impeachment managers delivered the articles of impeachment to the Senate today. We'll talk about that. I'm Joe Hyde, and this is Live. All right, before we get to the fugitive in Irion County, just important news. Our Congressman August Pfluger here in CD 11 was a member of the impeachment managers who decided to impeach Alejandro Mayorkas. He is the DHS secretary who is being held accountable for basically the open borders that allow millions and millions of illegal aliens into our country. They delivered the articles of impeachment. They impeached him on two things. Number one was dereliction of duty. Basically, he wasn't following federal law. He allowed the enforcement of the law to lapse, and as a result, allowed almost 2 million illegal aliens into our country. The second thing is they're getting him for obstruction of justice and for basically not acting in good faith. Now, it goes to the Senate, where we expect the Democrat-controlled Senate to allow the impeachment to die a fast, quick death. I mean, we're talking probably one gavel to gavel to gavel. It'll probably last on the floor less than 5 minutes. But regardless, they have impeached DHS Secretary Alejandro Mayorkas. Now on to Irion County. Over 24 hours ago, this fugitive from Ector County near Odessa was found, or was reported to have been in the brushland around west and northwest of Mertzen in Irion County. The whole incident started yesterday morning in a Ector County house where this man is purportedly, confronted a man in his driveway. He was a homeowner. His driveway, asked to use his telephone. The man refused, and then an argument erupted, and this fugitive that we were looking for today shot and killed that homeowner. And they've identified the man as Mr. Irvin. He's 74 years old, out of Ector County. It's actually just right outside the city limits of Odessa where that happened. Now, he stole a 2014 black Mustang and fled the scene. There were reports of another gunfire incident there in between Midland and Odessa before he came on out toward all the way down into Reagan County, Big Lake, and then finally up the highway to toward Irion County. Somewhere along the way, he found a San Angelo man, and he was working on a fence, and that man's name was Joe Cuevas, and he had a gold-colored Suburban, or it was actually a Tahoe, Chevy Tahoe, and he stole Joe's Tahoe at gunpoint. This is after he had crashed out his black Mustang he had stolen from presumably the homeowner. And then he continued to flee authorities in that Suburban. We're told all kinds of stories based on what we heard on the radio traffic, that he was going down that ranch road 2669 into Mertzen, and he was coming up on a hill, and they had a trap below the hill waiting for him with spikes across the road and lots of law enforcement, kind of like a big blockade. He gets to the top of the hill, sees him, turns around, and darts into a nearby pasture, obviously destroying the fence line, going into the pasture where he crashed out the Tahoe, and then he started fleeing on foot. It took a while for law enforcement to catch up with him. By that time, he was, well gone, and there's a lot of places to hide out there. This is over by the Ketchum Ridge. I don't know if you're familiar with Ketchum Ridge, but it's just north of that ranch road. And back in the 1890s, there was a train robber named Blackjack Ketchum, and he used to hide out there after he'd get in trouble with the authorities. So lots of places to hide, probably a lot of caves, things to hide underneath, which would thwart any effort from like airborne airplanes to, get a heat signature on you. But nonetheless, we had DPS and air assets in the air. They had a PC-12 Pilatus kind of acting as command and control. Probably had a lot of sensors on it, and plus helicopters would come in and out. This happened all day yesterday afternoon into the night hours. Then they recovered, all the airplanes left the scene, and they returned sometime late morning today and continued to do the search. And you can see the raster patterns on apps like FlightAware. When the DPS air assets left, we assumed that they called off the search. And we called DPS, and DPS told us, well, everything now, if you want to get any information, you need to talk to the Irion County Sheriff's Office. And so that's what we've been doing. Around 4 o'clock, we got reports of DPS troopers racing toward Mertzen again, going out to 67 past Sam's. And then we started getting reports from residents inside Mertzen that shots had rang out inside the city limits. And there's a lot of conflicting stories, but generally the narrative that we're hearing is the guy got into the city limits, stole someone's bicycle, was fleeing on a bicycle, and then a deputy confronted him. Possibly, this is all unconfirmed, possibly shot him, maybe wounded him. He fled about 2 doors down, entered the back of a residence there. There was only one single elderly female who lived there, went through the back door and with deputies in hot pursuit, and I believe they shot him inside that residence or right inside the doorway, and we have confirmed that he is dead. At the scene right now, we have Lucas Banda, and they're looking over the bicycle and his backpack and the things that he has with him. Banda said that it was probably the largest crime scene he's seen since he started working San Angelo Live about 6 months ago. So they have crime scene tape up everywhere. We did see one ambulance depart without sirens, but had lights on, headed towards San Angelo. I believe there's still one ambulance there at the scene. So it looks like the Irion County Sheriff's Office deputies have basically terminated the fugitive as he ran from them or fled from them. We are told that Sheriff Estes, he's the sheriff of Irion County, will not be issuing a statement, but we hope he will. We're trying to get him to say something to confirm some of these stories that we're getting. But that's what we know about what's happening in Irion County right now. Everything I just told you is unconfirmed, but it's based on some pretty good eyewitness accounts that we've talked to, and we've corroborated 2 of them. Other than that, today on Live Daily News, no script, nothing to read from, but we have sports, and then we have an interview. And James, who's the interview with again? Oh, it's Dean Munn from the La Esperanza Clinic. La Esperanza just opened up their gigantic clinic down there on Buick Drive, where the old skating rink was. They remodeled it. It's a beautiful facility. And so we'll have an interview with Dean about that from the rodeo grounds. I'm Joe Hyde, and this is Live, and stay with me. Sports is next.
2024 means savings galore at Jim Bass Mazda. Why not drive off our lot in a new 2024 Mazda CX-90, priced right at just $41,999? While you're here, be sure to ask about 0.9% APR financing. This SUV offers a third row and is built with you, your passengers, and your journeys in mind. Hurry! These are limited offers, and you can only get these deals at Jim Bass Mazda, the corner of Houston Hart and Arden Road, or shop 24/7 at bassbunch.com.
The number 21 Angelo State Bells softball team won 2 conference series last week. The Bells won 2 out of 3 against Texas A&M International early in the week before they headed to Lubbock and once again took 2 out of 3 against Lubbock Christian. For her performance against the Dust Devils and Lady Shaps, the Lone Star Conference named ASU's Amelia Hathorn the LSE Pitcher of the Week. Hathorn pitched 3 shutout innings across 2 games against A&M International before she recorded the final 2 outs for the save in the Bells' 9-7 win in the series opener against LCU. Finally, in the series finale, Hathorn threw 6 innings and allowed 2 hits in the Bells' win. Angelo State returns to action on the road this weekend when they travel to Canyon to face off with West Texas A&M. First pitch in that contest is scheduled for Friday at 6 p.m. In other softball news, several of our local high school teams host their final home games of the 2024 regular season. The Central Lady Cats host Odessa Permian out at the SAS softball complex. The Lakeview Maidens host Snyder. The Wall Lady Hawks host Merkel and Wall. And finally, the TLCA Lady Eagles host the Coahoma Lady Bulldogs. All these contests kicked off today at 4 p.m., except for the Lady Cats, who begin tonight at 6:30. And for more sports around the Concho Valley and beyond, be sure to check in every day at sanangelolive.com/news/sports.
Gross.
Deep down, your rugs are dirtier than they look. Carpet Tech safely cleans all types of rugs, killing germs and removing spots and odors. Right now, get 15% off rug cleaning from Carpet Tech. Call or schedule online at carpettech.com.
If your home is in a red, call Carpet Tech, yeah.
And welcome back to the show. Joining me today is Dean Munn out here at the fairgrounds, and we're having a good time. Just saw an eclipse, and Dean is with the Esperanza Clinic. How are you, Dean?
I'm doing great. It's glad to be here, Yantis.
Well, glad you found us. We're here at the back of the fairgrounds. But you have some exciting news about La Esperanza Clinic.
We do. We have just opened up our brand new clinic located at 34 Buick Street. It has 6 exam rooms for adult primary care, 6 for pediatrics, and then we moved our behavioral health unit over there as well. And we shifted our administration offices over there. So just so you guys know, if you have a question about billing or need to know where you're going for your interview, it's at 34 Buick Street now, not on West Beauregard.
Okay, and that is a major shift. And now Buick Street, for those folks who don't know, is right there between the car dealership and Rose's on Sherwood Way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We're right behind the Buick dealership. We have a big, nice sign that you can see from Sherwood Way. And yes, we are close to Rose's, which isn't going to do much for my weight loss plan.
But that's a good location. It's and it used to be a roller rink, so there's lots of room in there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's amazing how fast you eat up that space, though. You know, we drew it out on paper, and we thought, man, this thing is huge. It's 18,000 square feet.
Yeah.
So it's about 9,000 square foot of administration space and about 9,000 of clinic space.
Okay.
Then you got a parking lot. They wanted us to keep the putt-putt golf course, but we couldn't manage it and still have parking. So it's a great facility. It's beautiful. We tried to build something that our patients and our staff would really enjoy, and it's not your sterile clinic environment so much.
Okay.
So we're still working on putting some things on the walls, but otherwise we are open for business.
Well, and this is a huge step forward for La Esperanza Clinic. We were talking, y'all been around for how long now?
30 years this year. This is our 30-year anniversary. So what better time, you know, to really expand. We've worked very hard to pay attention to the needs of the community, and you know, we're serving about 10,000 patients a year through dental and adult primary, women's health, pediatrics, behavioral health. If I didn't say dental, I'll say dental again. But you know, the need is great. Access to care is a main issue, and we want to make sure that people can get in to see a provider when they need to. And we also want to make sure that we're taking care of ourselves on the front end and having those preventative care visits, whether you're insured or not.
Okay.
We're here to serve you, and we believe that we provide the best primary care in San Angelo, Texas.
And you are a full service clinic, doctor, healthcare facility from start to finish for all age patients, for everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All ages, and you know, that's the thing that we just noticed, that there are a lot of folks out there that don't even have a primary care provider assigned to them, or they've not chosen a primary care provider, and I'd put our providers up against anyone. They're great. They're very passionate. They're mission driven. They get what we do. They spend the time and take care of the whole body, not just putting a Band-Aid on things, so to speak.
Well, it's full service health care, and you take care of folks with or without insurance. It really is a good alternative to anything else that's out there, and you're growing, you're big, and man, that's a huge thing to open that big facility there.
It is. Now we've got the town triangulated, if you will. You know, we've got 1610 South Chadbourne, we've got 35 East 31st Street, and now we're on the west side at Buick Street. So wherever you live, we're not more than 5 minutes away from you getting the care that you need and deserve. But yeah, we're going to have a huge celebration, Yantis. April 18th, we'll do a ribbon cutting with the chamber, and we got a sheep.
You got a sheep?
We got a sheep.
All right. Well, we got to go see the sheep.
We're so excited about the sheep, and Ashley Perellis did the artwork on it. They're not even letting me see it until the 18th, so I'm really excited about it. So we're going to do that, and we hope the community will come out. We'll give you a tour of our facility, and we're certainly proud of it, and we hope that you will be as well.
Well, that's wonderful news, and kudos to you and your staff and team for making it to 30 years and for that great facility. Thank you.
We're striving every day to make La Esperanza, just amazing. We're striving for excellence every day, and I truly believe that if you're not striving to get better and holding yourselves accountable every day, then you cease to exist or cease to become relevant, to be relevant. So we want to be a part of the solution in the community to healthcare and all facets of that.
All right, and let's get better every day, all of us. Now, that doesn't mean you can't come out to the carnival and have a funnel cake.
Oh, I encourage you to. I encourage the funnel cakes, the hot dogs, just eat it up for, what do we got, another week and a half left?
About 2 weeks, I think.
2 weeks of rodeo fun. Come out and eat it all up, and then make your appointment with your primary care provider to address all those issues. Then you can start your weight loss plan and have a good checkup and get started on the right foot.
There we go. Thanks, Dean.
Thank you.
Dean Munn with La Esperanza Clinic right here in San Angelo, and we'll go back to you guys.
Thank you.
It's hard to believe how reckless some people can be and how hard they fight against real victims. You need a partner who consistently beats the giants and who will never, ever flinch.
When it comes to unique pieces you can't find anywhere else, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is your one-stop shop. With over 24 years in the diamond and coin industry, Kano's Diamonds and Coins is West Texas's choice for diamonds, jewelry, coins, silver, and gold. Owner Bill Kano stands by his work and offers free consultations, including estate jewelry. Don't just trust anyone with your valuables. Come see the staff at Kano's at 1016 West Beauregard in San Angelo.
Thanks for watching the Live Daily News Show, the only locally owned live news show in the Concho Valley. Go like us on Facebook, X, formerly known as Twitter, and other social media platforms, and download the San Angelo Live mobile app to stay up to date on all the news from in and around the Concho Valley. Thanks again, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.